When I saw the new Optimus in action, I immediately realized it was no longer an experimental prototype. It was something real, tangible, and had already crossed the line between the laboratory and the everyday world. The robot, with its 22 degrees of freedom in its hands and forearm, moved with an almost human-like naturalness. It was impressive to observe how each joint seemed to obey a precise instinct, the result of millions of hours of machine learning. This was no longer a distant promise from Elon Musk. It was the dawn of a new industrial era. During the Tesla diner grand opening, Optimus's presence drew more attention than any other car on display. Many in attendance, like me, were surprised to see that he was already performing household tasks and interacting with people fluidly. When Musk announced that the final price would be under $20,000, a mixture of disbelief and euphoria gripped the audience. A robot with that level of ability, sold for such an affordable price, seemed impossible just a few years ago. However, what really impressed me was the level of refinement Optimus had achieved. Unlike previous versions, it now seemed to understand its surroundings almost instinctively. It observed, assessed, and reacted with surgical precision. It was able to recognize faces, distinguish human emotions, and adapt its posture to the interaction. This sensitivity was a direct result of advances in computer vision and deep neural networks developed by Tesla. Many still question the extent to which Optimus is truly autonomous. Rumor has it that some of its demonstrations are remotely controlled by human operators. But witnessing its performance up close, it's hard to believe this hypothesis. Every movement, every decision, seemed to originate from a system that understood context, space, and intention. It's possible that some oversight still exists, but there's no doubt that the level of independence achieved has already surpassed any competitor in the market. Elon Musk himself has admitted that the project has undergone 3 major revisions since its inception, and that the robot's hands have been redesigned 4 times in just 2 years. This demonstrates the level of obsession and attention to detail applied to the construction of Optimus. With each iteration, the robot became lighter, faster, and more efficient. Now, with the version Musk informally calls Gen 3.5, everything seems to be converging toward the pinnacle of Tesla's humanoid development. When I heard Musk say the company was about to enter the final refinement phase before mass commercialization, I understood this wasn't just a product. Optimus is the central pillar of the next economic revolution. If the project fails, the $25 trillion market Musk predicted will vanish like smoke. But if it succeeds, the entire world will change forever. That's no exaggeration. It's just the logical projection of a machine capable of performing 80% of human tasks. The moment the robot was introduced in a domestic setting, something curious happened. It didn't seem out of place. In the Tesla diner kitchen, Optimus assumed the role of a professional chef. It observed each ingredient with eyes equipped with 32-megapixel multispectral cameras and depth sensors with 0.1 millimeter precision. It was like watching an artist in action, slicing apples with perfect symmetry and never repeating a wrong move. The result was an apple pie prepared with mechanical perfection and almost human sensitivity. The secret to its efficiency lies in image processing. While we humans process about 50 frames per second, Optimus processes 1,000 frames per second, interpreting and reacting 20 times faster. This means it doesn't just see what's in front of it. It understands in real time what it needs to do next. Tesla has managed to translate human instinct into lines of code and neural networks, something few would have believed possible a decade ago. Another innovation that impressed me was its integrated motion capability. Unlike fixed industrial robots, Optimus doesn't require rails or sliding platforms. It simply rotates, tilts its body, and extends its arm with pinpoint precision. It's a continuous motion system designed to save space and time. In practice, this represents a 20% increase in operational efficiency and a 30% reduction in internal displacement during repetitive tasks. But what truly makes Optimus a revolutionary tool is its magnetic resonance charging system. While conventional robots require cables or long pauses, the Tesla bot recharges itself almost invisibly. Simply stand on a 10-kilowatt inductive base for a few minutes, and it's ready for another 4 hours of continuous work. This technology was inspired by Tesla's wireless charging efforts and adapted for industrial use with a 95% efficiency. Witnessing this demonstration, I realized that Optimus's true power lies not only in its mechanical strength, but also in its autonomy. It can work 24/7 with minimal maintenance. During a factory routine, the robot positions itself side by side with traditional mechanical arms, but it's the only one capable of correcting errors in real time. An apple cut 2 millimeters out of alignment? Optimus adjusts instantly. A problem on the production line? It switches tasks in 3 seconds. These features have increased the overall efficiency of factories testing the Tesla bot by up to 50%. This represents a productivity leap that would be unthinkable without hundreds of these robots working in sync. Musk claims that a single Optimus can replace the work of 3 people, maintaining an error rate of less than 0.1%. The difference lies not only in speed, but also in the absence of fatigue, distractions, and human limitations. As I watched the demonstrations, I began to reflect on the social impact of all this. The operating cost of a Tesla bot is just $2,000 per year, compared to $45,000 for an average American worker. The math is simple, and the consequences are inevitable. A company that invests $100,000 in robots recoups its value in less than 4 months. In the long run, profits triple. That's why many economists are already calling this phase the second industrial revolution. However, it's not all just enthusiasm. There's an ethical and philosophical component at play. When machines begin to perform human tasks with such efficiency and reduced cost, humanity's role needs to be redefined. Elon Musk is fully aware of this. He himself stated that we need to prepare for a future where robots will be the main driver of production, while humans will need to reinvent their roles in society. With each new update, Optimus moves closer to the ideal of a personal assistant. Musk has already revealed that the Gen 3.5 version will be able to perform up to 70 manual tasks, including playing the piano and sewing. This is possible thanks to the 22 degrees of freedom in its hands, making it the humanoid with the most precise manipulation on the market. Compared to the 27 degrees of freedom of human hands, it already performs over 70% of the functions we perform daily. This achievement isn't just technical, it's symbolic. Seeing a robot playing the piano with expression and rhythm is a testament to the fusion of art and engineering. Tesla is transforming the impossible into everyday reality, and each advancement seems to anticipate a future that until recently existed only in science fiction films. Elon Musk has often stated that his goal is to bring the Star Wars future to life, and Optimus is the first step in that direction. Amidst so much progress, there's also a well-defined market strategy. Musk knows he can't launch the robot on a mass scale without first testing all safety limits. Therefore, the first production versions are being used in controlled environments, such as Tesla's own factories and restaurants. There, the robot is put to the test daily, serving customers, cooking, cleaning, and interacting with real people. When I saw Optimus serving a plate of apple pie to a customer, I realized the robot didn't just execute movements, it seemed to understand them. There was something about the smoothness of its gesture, the way it tilted the tray and calculated the exact distance between the plate and the table, that demonstrated an incredible level of refinement. No movement was jerky, no calculation was imprecise. It was as if the robot had learned what kindness means through data and algorithms. This experience made me understand the true concept of reinforcement learning that Tesla has been applying. Optimus underwent more than 15 million learning cycles, correcting and perfecting each gesture thousands of times. With each error detected, the system readjusted and improved. This continuous process allowed the robot to achieve a 99.9% success rate in complex tasks. It's no exaggeration to say that we are witnessing the most advanced form of autonomous learning outside the human body. Watching this machine work in a kitchen, I began to see how it could transform not only industry, but also everyday domestic life. Imagine a future where a robot like Optimus could prepare meals, clean the house, care for the elderly, or even teach children. It's a leap comparable to the invention of electricity or the personal computer. Only this time, the impact will be physical, tangible, and present within homes and businesses. The question many ask is, what will happen to human employment in the face of such efficient technology? Elon Musk has a straightforward answer. Robots aren't here to eliminate humans, but to free them from repetitive and exhausting tasks. He believes that human intelligence will be redirected to creative, strategic, and emotional areas, where empathy and imagination remain irreplaceable. Still, It's impossible to ignore that the job market will need to reinvent itself quickly. Behind the scenes, I learned that each Optimus costs around $10,000 to produce. Tesla's plan is to sell them for around $20,000, making them affordable for small businesses and even upper-middle-class families. This is an unthinkable price for such an advanced machine. Musk explained that this price is only viable because the robot shares more than 70% of the components used in Tesla's electric vehicles, leveraging motors, batteries, and sensors already established on the production line. This modular engineering approach is what gives Tesla a colossal advantage over its competitors. While other companies are still struggling to create robots with unique hardware, Tesla already has the infrastructure in place. It's as if every car that leaves the factory is a fragment of the body of a future Optimus. This clever repurposing of technology drastically reduces costs and accelerates development, a trick only a giant of Tesla's scale could pull off. Another point that caught my attention is the company's approach to software updates. Just like electric cars, Optimus receives nightly update packages capable of improving its capabilities, fixing bugs, and even adding new features. A simple 50-megabyte update is enough to teach thousands of robots to perform a new task. No human employee in the world could learn so quickly and synchronously. It's the embodiment of the idea of collective evolution, but it's not all numbers and efficiency. There's something deeply fascinating about Optimus's ability to interact with people. Musk recently revealed that future versions will have voice and expression, thanks to the integration of an advanced language system. This means that soon we'll be able to converse naturally with these robots without the typical coldness of machines. They'll respond, ask questions, and even learn our habits, tailoring their responses to our personality. I thought about how this could transform the concept of companionship. In a world where more and more people live alone, a robot like Optimus could represent more than an assistant. He could become a confidant, a tutor, even a friend programmed to understand our emotions. Elon Musk has already mentioned that these robots could tell stories to children, help with schoolwork, or serve as caregivers for the elderly. The line between technology and affection is beginning to blur. During Tesla's last shareholder meeting, Musk explained that it will be possible to adjust the robot's personality profile. Imagine adjusting the tone of voice, mood, or formality of your own assistant. This customization will make each Optimus unique, tailored to its owner's lifestyle. Furthermore, the robots will be able to learn over time, creating a bond based on coexistence. It's a blend of conversational AI and physical presence, something previously only seen in movies. The educational potential of this technology is immense. A robot that teaches, converses, and demonstrates infinite patience could be a powerful ally in early childhood education. Imagine children learning languages, math, or science with a tutor who never tires, never gets irritated, and adjusts the pace of instruction as needed. Tesla is building not just a tireless worker, but a companion adaptable to any human context. Of course, this advancement also raises ethical concerns. After all, what will happen when a robot is capable of simulating empathy? Will people become emotionally attached to machines? Is it healthy to depend on an artificial being for companionship? These questions still don't have definitive answers, but society will need to face them. Technology always advances faster than laws and morality, and Optimus will be no different. In practice, what we're seeing is the birth of a new class of beings, neither human nor merely mechanical. The Tesla bot is the first step toward a daily coexistence between flesh and circuitry, and the more natural it becomes, the closer it becomes to us. During demonstrations, I noticed how the robot made small gestures reminiscent of human behavior. A slight tilt of the head, a waiting movement, a directed gaze. None of this was accidental. It was all part of a carefully considered behavioral design. This intentional humanization has a clear purpose: to generate empathy. Tesla knows that to integrate robots into people's daily lives, it needs to make them appear friendly, trustworthy, and predictable. The design, therefore, goes far beyond aesthetics. Every curve, every movement of Optimus is designed to convey calm and security. The robot doesn't just carry out orders, it presents itself as a trustworthy collaborator. But the big breakthrough will come when Optimus fully masters verbal communication. Musk revealed that the Gen 3 version will feature microphones, speakers, and a language AI similar to that of today's leading conversational models. This will allow the robot to maintain contextual and natural dialogues, interpreting tone of voice and human intentions. In other words, it won't just respond to words, it will respond to emotions. The integration of this technology opens the door to something even more ambitious: the fusion of autonomous vehicles and humanoid robots. Musk has already stated that the same neural system that drives Tesla cars will serve as the basis for Optimus's brain. This means that each autonomous driving experience indirectly improves the robot's intelligence. Millions of kilometers of real-world data are transformed into collective learning. As I watched the demonstration, I realized that Optimus wasn't just a robot being tested. It was the epitome of Tesla's entire technological journey. Motors, sensors, batteries, deep learning, everything converged in that metallic body. And somehow there was poetry in that. It was as if every innovation created for cars was transforming into something greater, an attempt to give physical form to artificial intelligence. This vision goes far beyond profit. Musk sees Optimus as the next step in humanity's technological evolution. If electric cars were the revolution of mobility, humanoid robots will be the revolution of presence. They will be in our homes, businesses, and institutions, performing roles that until now were exclusively human. And in doing so, they will change the economic and cultural fabric of the planet. When I left the event, I sat in silence for a few minutes. It was impossible not to ponder the implications of what I had seen. A robot that cooks, talks, learns, and works endlessly seems like a dream or a warning. But somehow I felt we were ready for it. Tesla didn't just create a machine, it held up a mirror to humanity itself, showing what we are capable of building when we decide to push the limits of our imagination. And it's precisely this balance between fascination and fear that makes Optimus so powerful. He represents both the promise of a comfortable future and the uncertainty about humanity's role in this new landscape. From now on, the line between creator and creation will become increasingly blurred. And if there's one thing I've learned from watching Optimus in action, it's that the future isn't just coming, it's already here, and it's ready to be sold for $20,000.